I will just tell the story. I don't know exactly when my life stopped feeling like it belonged to me. There was no single dramatic moment, no clear before and after. It happened quietly, in small pieces, the way water leaks through a crack until one day the ceiling collapses. I was 24 when I first noticed how tired I was of waking up. Every morning my alarm went off at 6:40. The sound felt aggressive, like it was accusing me of something. I would lie there staring at the ceiling, counting the cracks, convincing myself to get up. Outside, the city was always gray at that hour. Even in spring, everything looked unfinished. I lived with my mother and my younger brother. My father had left when I was 15. One evening he packed a bag, stood in the doorway, and said he was tired. That word stayed with me for years. I learned early that being tired was dangerous. It meant people could leave. So I tried not to be tired. I tried to be useful. I worked as an administrator at a small medical clinic. The job wasn't physically hard, but it slowly hollowed me out. People came in angry, scared, impatient. I smiled, apologized, explained the same things again and again. By the end of the day my face hurt from pretending to be calm. One afternoon, a woman about 40 sat down in front of me. She looked at my face for a long time, then said quietly, "You look very unhappy." I laughed out of reflex. "I'm fine," I said. She shook her head. I looked like that when I was living someone else's life. I thought about her words all evening. They followed me home, followed me into sleep. At the time, I was in a relationship with a man named Ilya. We had been together almost 3 years. He was stable, reasonable, safe. My mother liked him. Everyone said we made sense together. One evening we sat in a cafe, and he talked about mortgages, about how in a few years we could think about having a child. I watched his mouth move and felt nothing. No fear. No excitement. Just a strange certainty that if I disappeared tomorrow, his life would continue perfectly fine. That thought scared me, but I didn't say anything. A month later my mother had a stroke. It wasn't fatal, but it was serious enough to turn everything upside down. Hospital visits, paperwork, fear that sat heavy in my chest. I worked extra shifts, cooked, cleaned, tried to hold the house together. My brother shut down emotionally. I became louder, calmer, stronger, everything at once. One night I was peeling potatoes in the kitchen. My phone kept vibrating with messages from Ilya. "Where are you? You're always busy. Do you even care anymore?" I put the knife down and stared at my hands. They were shaking. For the first time, I wondered what would happen if I simply didn't respond. So I didn't. He came over later that night, angry and hurt. He said relationships were also a responsibility. He said I was selfish. I listened, and something inside me went completely quiet. Sometimes I hated that question. Sometimes it saved me. We didn't rush into anything. I was afraid of needing someone. He knew that. Once he said, "I'm not in a hurry. Even if you never choose me, I'm glad you exist." A year passed. My mother learned to walk properly again. My brother went to university. I rented a tiny studio apartment. The first night there, I sat on the floor eating instant noodles and laughing for no reason at all. Alex and I eventually tried to be together. It wasn't perfect. I shut down. He avoided conflict. We loved each other, but not gently enough. After a year and a half, we separated quietly, with sadness instead of anger. That breakup hurt, but it didn't destroy me. Now I'm 32. I have a job that doesn't erase me. I have people I can be honest with. I still have hard days. But sometimes I wake up and think not I have to, but I want tea. And that, I've learned, is not a small ending.